My ex-husband left me for our friend and no one cares. My ex-husband and I were married for 22 years and have one son. He left me 2 years ago for my friend, who he had been having an affair with for 5 years. To be fair, they went to high school together, so they knew each other longer. We still live in the same town they grew up in, and both of their extended families still live here. They have a huge support system. I grew up about 2 hours away and met my husband in college. I became friends with Tina through my ex Kent. We have been in the same social circles for over 2 decades. My ex is extremely social, popular and the life of every party. Everyone knows him and everyone loves him. Tina has always been sweet, kind and loving. She has always been very loved by everyone. My marriage has always been tough. My ex physically abused myself and my son. He has always been extremely verbally and emotionally abusive as well. I know I should have left him the first time he put his hands on my son, but he convinced me that no one would believe me because everyone loves him. Everyone thinks he's such a great guy. He told me I would never see my son again and I believed him. I did everything in my power to shield my son and take all the hits. Most of the time I was successful, but not always. About 4 years ago Tina's husband was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He died about 9 months later. Tina's 3 kids and I, on the other hand, have been struggling. I never confided in anyone about the abuse going on. I was embarrassed and ashamed. I wasn't protecting my only child. I was a SATM and my ex owned his own successful construction company. On the outside we were perfect. I went back to school to become a teacher so I could support myself when I eventually could leave. My son started getting in trouble at school. Smoking pot, drinking. In general, angry all the time. I felt the same but thought I had time to get us out and away from him. I was wrong. 3 years ago, Tina was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. Everyone was in shock. No one could believe so soon after her husband that she too would be dealing with cancer. The community rallied around her and the kids, Facebook posts non-stop about being their strength in the weeks following the news. That's when Kent came home, packed his bags and with the cruelest tone yet, told me that Tina and him had been together for the last 5 years, they were in love and he was going to spend every last second he could with her because life was too short. He never loved me and was only with me because she married someone else. It became public knowledge pretty quickly that they were a couple now and come to find out, several of our friends had known all along. There were lots of guys skiing trips that included Tina and guys nights out that included Tina. The other wives, the ones that I thought were also my friends, turns out they consider Tina's friendship more important, because she is the beloved golden child of the community along with my ex they could do no wrong and everyone just loves them, and it turns out, I'm the villain of this story. Apparently, I'm the bad guy because I stood in the way of their true love. Not a single person has called them out for what they did to me or Tina's husband. They have faced zero consequences. Actually the complete opposite. Our entire small community is celebrating them, because they are just the best. Kent moved directly into Tina's house, the one she shared with her husband, along with my son. Turns out Kent was cool with them smoking pot together because he's the cool dad. He let him skip school, get high and stay out as late as he wanted. I was such a drag because I didn't want my son to be on drugs and to go to school and get an education. My son stopped coming home, stopped taking my calls, responding to texts and told me that I deserved what happened to me, then he blocked me everywhere. From what I am starting to believe that I am the problem. I think it must be me. Something must be wrong with me for everyone in my life to do this to me. I should move. I don't have anything left here. I'm embarrassed to even go to the grocery store. I've seen people that used to be my friends out and they just look at me funny and never say a word. I don't want any advice. I just don't have anyone left and really just wanted to scream into the internet void because no one IRL cares. My dad died when I was 24, my mom lives in Denver, my father lives in DC. I see them for holidays, and they check in on me to make sure I'm still alive. I thought once Kent and I were divorced my life would start over and would be amazing. It was supposed to be my second chance at life. It's just the opposite. It's so much worse. How can that be? Why don't I deserve happiness? Before you come for me, yes, I'm in therapy, yes, I'm exercising every single day and am in the best shape of my life, yes, I'm finding new hobbies. But I just can't get over the complete betrayal of my good friend and all the other people I thought were friends. Not a single person in the shitty community has been kind to me since this all came out. Not one. My whole adult life has been a lie and I'm struggling. That's it. End of rant.